Hi, this is Paul and continue yesterday's discussion regarding to the email marketing Pocket Bible, how to send email to the inbox. So they here and the second reason I decided to write this guys, there is no expert and there is no good advice anywhere available. So there are so few articles you can trust or people willing to help on email deliverability and governance that I decide to write the full guides on what I have learned during the hard process of getting out of the spam folder. This is also a guide on how you too can keep your levels of deliverability at the maximum. So let's begin. Step number one, understand how user engage is measured. Regardless anything else you have read, they are the main type of user engagement you need to be aware of. One, email reports as spam. Two, email unsubscribed. Three, email not read. Four, email read, then delete. Five, email read, then click. Six, email read, then reply to sender in contact list. Excuse me. This engagement level will have different weights depends on the frequency of email received from the source, usually a domain. So take note, this range goes from very bad 1 to very good 6. For your peace of mind, user engagement must be from 4 to 6. But for 5 to 6 is even better. If you are a high volume sender with a 3 is already quite dangerous. 1 and 2 is dangerous to anyone, which means that algorithms are work to classify your email as a spam. So, and remember, do everything you can to avoid high complaint rates. Users who report your email as a spam at all times. You should never go beyond 0.3%. Email technology setup. Step number 2. Choose an email system. It's hard and there is a lot of crap out there. If you have a good team of engineer developers, choose to create your own system. After using tools such as MailChimp and HubSpot, I can guarantee you that payoff is much cheaper and reliable to set up your own system using Mandrill, SendGrid, or Amazon SES. A great unexpected upside that we got from this was that by having our landing page made on our application, we would smooth user login, using the first conversion as the first step on his account creation, and a lot more cool tool I'm not going to list here. And if you can develop your own system, go for the big player such like HubSpot and Perdot and Vero. Excuse me, ask for discount by the end of their sales process. They can go up to 75% discount from their list price, and this segment is getting a red ocean of competitiveness, and this is no joke. There are some interesting options for self-hosted email out there. We are currently using ARP Reach with Amazon SES best email server to deliver to Hotmail. If you don't have a certified dedicated IP for our promotional and manual email, but you can also use Sandy. Add your domain to the only whitelist that matter, dnswl.org. Have the SPF, DKIM, and DMARC record in place. All of them, they help you certify and which servers are allowed to send email in your behalf and guarantee to ISP trustworthy of email from your domain. Number 6. If you use Google Apps, and I hope you are, I advise you to follow Google Help on how to set up them and contact your email service or marketing automation tool to help you with that. Check Google on SPF Breaker, Google on DKIM, and Google on DMARC. So, excuse me. It's about the time to 10:30 p.m. I normally say 10 o'clock. Make sure to set up SPF and DKIM for each one of the services you use to send email in behalf of your domain, like ticketing system, CRM system, etc., and not only your email and e-marketing automation service provider. So basically, for each set up them for each one of your service you use to send email on behalf of your domain. There's no need to set up SPF 2.0. It's absolutely, and it makes no difference to improve your deliverability with Hotmail, Outlook, ISP, and mentioned in some article in the web. Now, avoid too many DNS lookup in your SPF record. Use the email staff checker here to find out how many lookup you have, and set up a reverse DNS, also known as PTR record, whenever possible. Many email services provider help you do that, and this is how you have to do it in the manual. It's not used for transaction email, and there are some wizards that may help you with SPF record. I recommend too. And should you go with dedicated IP? Only if you are very high volume center, over 1 million email per month, and then you are planning to have an email certification from a company such as ReturnPass in the long run. More on IP certification later. If you decide to go with dedicated IP, understand that it takes time for it to get a good credibility with ISP, even using the IP warm-up option in email service provider. So expect the worst result at the beginning and up to 3 months to see it get at a good level. Every single new IP is seen as a potential source of spam by ISP. And 14. Although sender score of shared IP might be lower than the dedicated IP, a few spam complaints won't hurt as much as if you have your own domain. In the end, what matters is not shared IP sender score, but email service provider quality in the first place. Excuse me. Good email company have strong governance on complaint and unsubscribe rate to have their shared IP and the best possible performance. The email software company have no idea what's going on, and this might hurt your domain. So Amazon SEO get a great job by being very rigorous and when allowing new users to send to them, and they only have shared IP program. So I personally recommend a mix of dedicated IP and shared IP, but it really depends on your sending volume and setup. Still undecided, mail up the good post about that. And if you go with a dedicated IP, don't have too many. 2 is good to go. So remember that if you dedicate to use dedicated IP, and make sure they are Agile SPF record with IP4 syntax. Should you use a different domain for your promotional email? This is a good idea if you want to avoid affecting your team email communication. Without problem, my company email address share to get into a spam folder of anyone I was trying to email, so this forced me to use my personal email in order to communicate again. Companies such as Buffer use different buffermail.com to send newsletter, for example. So the rule of thumb here is use a domain that relative to your branding to avoid confusion. And whenever domain you use, avoid using the email address such as mail yourdomain.com or news@yourdomain.com to send email. It's better to use people name as sender, but don't forget to say that they are from your company, because buffer send message from country from Kearney from buffer. Got it. Buffer send message from Courtney from buffer. Okay, step number 3. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. You have a very blessed day. Bye.